Hey guys, in today's video you may recognize Rike from Life Beyond the Sea and Paul's Asian Adventure. And today we're going to talk about, is the Philippines played out as far as dating, relationships, marriage? Stick around and find out. Alright guys, so wanted to talk about this. We had talked a little bit on your channel a little bit. We just kind of mentioned like Dumaguete starting to be, is Dumaguete kind of played out as far as dating? And I think we all kind of agreed that as far as...
No, don't say the conclusion.
Save that for last. Audience retention.
Retake. So we talked a little bit about kind of Dumaguete's maybe not the best place if you really want to find a good quality girl. Just because they're so used to foreigners, we're not really...
Special.
Yeah, they're not turning their head like, oh wow, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you get that feel like if you go to Davao and places like
Right.
that where they just don't have a lot of foreigners. But I feel pretty lucky. I found a Filipina. She lives outside of Dumaguete, so it was a little different. But within Dumaguete, it's really hard to find someone who kind of, you know, you got like this small sublet of girls that are just kind of running the gambit, going dating foreigner after foreigner, you know. And I mean, I know you found a good girl here.
I think there's two types of Filipinas.
Yeah,
There are Filipinos who want to date foreigners
right.
and Filipinos who do not want to date foreigners. Because there are some that only will date Filipinos.
That's true. There's a lot.
So, and those ones who want to date foreigners in Dumaguete, believe you me, they've dated foreigners. Okay?
Yes, right.
And I'm not saying all, but many of them jump from one foreigner to another.
Right.
So, to me,
You
that's
just wait
not...
your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the saying? She doesn't belong to you, it's just your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is really true here in Dumaguete.
Yeah, it can be.
But seriously, the girl that keeps jumping from one foreigner to another is probably not, I don't know.
White material.
White material, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
depends. I mean, if they
Yeah.
only dated one or two foreigners
Yeah.
before you, it's fine. But if they've dated 10, 15 foreigners
Right.
before you,
All right, what's going on with her?
Yeah.
Why?
why is she jumping ship? Or why are
Yeah.
they dumping her?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That's the question you got to ask yourself, right?
A couple, she could have just been unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 to 15, there's something else
Something
going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She could have just met a couple of assholes, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think the Philippines in general, I mean, when I first landed here, and you were way
Yeah.
before me, you weren't, TikTok wasn't around. I mean, even online, you could hardly get online without going to an internet cafe.
Right. Yeah.
Even when I first came here. And so they didn't have a lot of exposure. They had it was
Yeah.
harder for them to meet foreigners. But now,
Yeah.
this day and age,
It has changed in the last, I would say, 2-3 years, especially since the shutdown, where, yeah, a lot of girls did. They got on Instagram, they got on TikTok, whatever, and they went from being this girl, whether in the province or city, that really wasn't getting much exposure with American or
Right.
expats. All of a sudden, they just set up this TikTok thing, and they've got guys 24 hours a day telling them how pretty they are, this and
Right.
that. So
I
now
refer to those not as guys, but as simps.
yeah,
yeah.
you know, and
Well,
so now there's been a slight recalibration among Filipinas in how they look at us. Again, before that whole phenomena, we were more special, like
Exotic.
you said. You know,
Right.
like you got off the plane, you got looks,
Yep.
if nothing else, from curiosity.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, things have changed a little.
The first time I came here was 2005, end of 2005, Christmas 2005. And it's been a sea change since then.
Yeah.
I mean, before then they had to get a place on an internet cafe to talk to, they had to
Right.
create an
Yeah.
account and all that.
Yeah,
And not all villages had an internet cafe. Only
No.
the bigger towns had, or the bigger villages had an internet
peso
cafe.
nets. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember before that even they had catalogs, you know, where
yeah,
women
they
would go
send
into
you a
catalogs, you know.
catalog, yeah.
So there's been a sea change, and what's really changed it, besides the COVID, is the price of this. the price
Yeah.
of the cell phone.
Came down.
It's coming down, and now you get a cell phone, a smartphone for what, 5,000 pesos
Yeah,
now?
or
Even
less.
The cheapest one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the prices keep coming down, and Wi-Fi keeps coming down. More places have Wi-Fi.
Yes.
So there's more and more access to the bigger worlds. So, and all these guys telling them how pretty they are. Oh my God, you're so wonderful. It goes to their head, obviously. Before they had a subset of people coming here, and now they have the whole world.
Yeah.
It's gonna do something to your ego, whatever you want to call it, to
Yeah.
your standards, whatever you want to call it, right? So I think there has been a change.
Yeah.
So if you were just coming to the Philippines now, how would you avoid some of these landmines? What would you do to go about finding a
If you're
good
looking
girl?
for something serious,
Yeah, yeah.
I would try to, like Ricky was saying earlier, go outside of the big cities. That's number one.
Okay.
Go to marketplaces. Try to find girls that come from traditional families, meaning the man and the woman are still together. The wife and
Parents.
man as parents are still together. Not from maybe broken families.
Okay.
Try to get that, and try to get a girl that doesn't go online all the time. Maybe she likes to read. Maybe she likes to. Maybe another thing that I like personally in a partner, a woman, a wife, is someone who's curious. You know, if they're not, if they have no curiosity, like if you talk to them about moving back to the U.S., to Spain, to Europe,
Yeah.
going on vacation here. And you give them a cell phone, and all they do is go on TikTok. They're not
Right.
interested in like Googling about the country you're going to. To me, that's not a person I want to be with long term. Yet fun is one thing.
Right.
Long term, I don't want to be with that person. I want a person who has curiosity
Yeah.
that I can talk to, right? Because once they're curious
Yeah.
about something and you start talking about things, and
She's-
I think it's really possible to find good girls in the Philippines. It's much harder in the big cities,
Yeah.
in the places where tourists are now. But for fun, I think you can still come here for a lot of fun in the big cities, no problem. But
Yeah.
I think for the guy who's looking for wife material, I think you kind of have to go outside the big cities.
What about you, Rika?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been saying for
Yeah.
years is, you know, you've got two types of dating. You got the recreational dating just for fun, but if you're looking for wife material, relationship dating, yeah, I've always recommended to guys, I just did a consultation yesterday, I told the guy, just get off the dating sites, just
Right.
forget about it. You don't want to be in an arena where 95% or so are not sincere. So
Right.
I go, get off the dating sites, and when you're here, he's going to come down here. I go, just organically get out, not to, like I said before, the boardwalks or the social hubs or like
Bars
the
or-
Ayala,
yeah.
or even the Ayala Mall in Cebu or IAT Park. Go to these places, because in that environment, that girl, when she woke up that morning, her mind was, I got to get over, I got to start selling my stuff, my souvenirs, vegetables, whatever. That's where her head is at.
Right.
But the girls that you meet at the boardwalk and the social hubs, cruising the mall, and on the dating sites, they go there with the mindset, I'm going to snag me a foreigner. So you want to meet women who are just, it's more, again, serendipitous. It's you're going to get some, I had this happen, I went to go get some banana bread one night. It was like 8 o'clock at night, and I ended up meeting a girl that worked in the mall, but she lived way up in the mountains. You know, and so we ended up dating for 5 weeks. It didn't work out, but we just met. I was there to get some banana bread, and so my recommendation, get back to your question, I would suggest to guys, go off the beaten path, get away from the mall, and take walks around where your hotel is and whatever. Get out there, you know, because there's good women out there.
I would echo the same thing that you guys are saying. I would add that I really, if I'm looking for serious, I'm really looking for a girl who's working, because a girl who's not working is the one who's sitting on TikTok or doing nonsense all day. If she's working, she's got other things going on in life. When she has a day off, she's like, okay, I need to do laundry, or I need to do this. You know, she's not thinking about this other nonsense.
Yeah.
And at least she's got some goals in life. She's trying to
Some ambition, some hopes.
responsibility. I do think you can still meet some good girls in the city, not as easily, because a lot of girls from the province come into the city and they're working, and
But you gotta capture them early.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
you
That's
talk to her,
right,
oh,
yeah.
I came from the province last week. Oh, hey, you want to go to a date?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you
Go
been
for
here?
dinner.
10 years? Never mind.
Yeah, never-
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so.
the thing to keep in mind too is that, let's say, even in a place like Dumaguete, where there's probably a smaller number of relationship type women available. The thing
Yeah.
is, I was mentioning earlier, you can go say 3-4 blocks away from the boardwalk and meet these women. You don't need 40 life material women. You just need one good one.
Right,
So
right.
if even if there's only, let's just say there was only 300 good women in Dumaguete, you only need one out of those 300. So
But it's finding that one.
it's finding that one.
I mean, we've all lived here a few years. We've all dated a few girls, and I would say there were very few of them that were wife
Keepers.
material.
Yeah,
You
keepers.
know, and then you find one that's wife material. You stick
You're
to
done.
her. You know,
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah.
Like I always say that you may come to the Philippines, you may never be alone on a Friday night,
Yeah.
but to find the right one, that
Right.
takes some work. I mean, it took me
Yeah.
5 years to find
And you have to have standards and stick to them.
yeah.
Don't get all distracted and waste 6 months of your life with a girl that doesn't meet your standards. You have to
Right.
just cut it loose and stay focused.
And I think a lot of people, and correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of people come here and the first young pretty thing they see, they're already in a relationship because
Yeah.
they just think, oh, I mean,
Yeah, I'll
look
never
what
get
I had.
this again.
Yeah, I'll never get this. So this is what I
think
couldn't
we've
get this
talked
in the
about
West.
this multiple times. All
Yes.
of us don't meet them at the airport.
Yeah.
No.
Especially, I mean, if you're coming to live here, if you're on 1 week vacation, it's one thing. But
Yeah.
if you're coming to live here,
Yeah.
don't meet them at the airport.
You just killed all your options.
You killed all
You're
your
not going to
options.
meet any
Not
more
only that, I mean,
Filipinas.
who wants to get off the airplane after flying 20 hours? You just want to go and sleep,
Yeah.
shower, and eat something.
Yeah,
and rest.
decompress.
I mean, yeah.
Plus the thing is, okay, you're coming from the U.S., let's say.
Yeah.
You're coming from a desert, basically, when it comes to women.
Right.
Who wants to date American women? I know I don't. They're all fat. Not all, but like
Nobody's
80%
raising
are
their
fat. They have an attitude. I mean, who the
Yeah.
hell wants to date them?
Yeah.
And you come from that, maybe you haven't dated for 5 years or whatever, and you're thirsty.
Yep.
You're thirsty, and this
Very thirsty sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
and this girl who's
You're a big
25,
girl.
29, beautiful, paying you attention,
Yeah.
and in your mind, you're the luckiest guy in the world.
Right.
But you don't know there are much better options out there. Maybe,
Yeah.
I'm not talking just about look-wise, personality-wise, that fits you better.
Right.
But you met her at the airport and you think this is the best you can ever do.
Yeah.
So really, I emphasize this over and over again. Don't meet them at the airport.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
Yeah, keep your options
agree.
keep
open.
your option open. Don't, actually the first year, don't commit to any girl.
Exactly.
Just date.
Yeah.
I had made that mistake. I jumped into a relationship immediately, like literally the next day. I'd been chatting with her online, and it lasted 3 months, and
Wow, that was odd.
falling.
See, I was
The
just-
sky
I
is
think
falling.
she's listening to you. There's something in your eye.
But I just wasn't ready. It was, you
Yeah.
want to kind of experience the candy store for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I call it the stage one. Just about, I can only think of one expat I've ever talked to that skipped stage one of running amok. And he he had Asperger's syndrome.
Okay.
His one focus in life was doing like political protests. He would chain himself to gates. But he's the only guy I know that came to the Philippines who didn't run amok for a while. Everybody else goes through it for some period of
You
time.
almost have to burn through it, and most of us burn through that, and we settle down with the right girl, and some people just continue that
Yeah,
for the rest of
to the end.
the end. But
When you see an 82-year-old guy with like a 23-year-old chick,
yeah,
Yeah, different one every afternoon.
yeah.
you know he's got a bottle of blue pills in there.
Right. Yeah.
Pops one a day or two a day.
Yeah.
On that note, we will end it. Thank you, Enrique. Thank you, Paul. Always a pleasure. See you guys next time.